everyone. Gabriella here. I'm the founder of Extraordinary Love Transformational Relationships programs for women, and I just got distracted because I saw this beautiful little hummingbird right at the window. Anyways, I am happy to be here with you. So I just finished an interview where the woman, she asked me a really great question, and I thought I would share with you kind of the three things that came forward as I was in this interview process where she was interviewing me for a show that she does. And so she was asking me, how do we as humans, how can we open our heart to receive? Like, how do we open our hearts to receive the loving relationship that we want, that we deserve, that we desire, that we long for? And I think that's such a great question because a lot of us have a lot of misunderstanding about it. Like, we think that it's something that we have to do more of or open more to, or, maybe even go beyond what we feel comfortable with. And there's a lot of confusion about it. So I thought I'd bring in the three practices that I work with that I found that really work in supporting us in opening our hearts in a way that feels grounded and stable, where we can feel connected to ourselves and move with an open heart, but also a connected heart. So the first thing that we need to do in order to open our heart to receiving a loving relationship is to understand why our heart shut down in the first place. We have to understand why our heart is guarded, why we might have patterns of self-protection, why we might withdraw. We have to understand and explore, how does this manifest? Like, if our heart got shut down due to some level of betrayal or heartbreak or grief or loss or trauma that happened early in our life, we need to understand and explore the ways that our heart's protected, how it manifests, what are the things that I do, what are the things that I say that actually promote, these patterns of defensiveness, of armoring, of self-protection. We need to understand what are the triggers that cause me to shut down, that tell me that I don't feel safe, I don't feel at ease. So before we can open our hearts to receive, it's so important that we understand why it shut down in the first place and explore the ways that this shutdown manifests. So that's number one. Number two is that it's so important that we befriend our shutdown. Because for so many of us, we've come through a world that's taught us to largely turn against and reject our fundamental experience. If I'm feeling sad, I should be feeling happy. If I'm feeling shut down, I should feel open. If I'm feeling mad, I should feel at peace. So we've come into this life with all these messages that tell us that how we are and who we are, there's something wrong with us. And so the second thing that we have to do in order to truly open our hearts, welcome, hello. ACB, I was just thinking of you. You literally just flew across my consciousness. I love that to see you here. Aw, that's how connected we are. So the second thing that we must do is befriend our shutdown. We can't turn against our shutdown. We have to move closer to it. So before we can even think about opening our heart to another to receive love, we have to open our heart to ourselves, to our pain, to our discomfort, to our shame, to the places inside that feel broken, to all of the ways that we needed to armor up, protect ourselves, adopt all of these defense patterns. So before we can go into opening, we have to turn towards and learn how to treat ourselves as a beloved one, as a friend, and befriend the shutdown. And the third thing is then to give ourselves permission to tune into and feel into, what would we most love? If we could have it all our way, what do we really need and want? What do I really need to feel seen, heard, loved, valued? What are the words that I need? What's the atmosphere of listening that I need to be in? What's the quality of relationship that supports me in feeling at ease? Is it a monogamous committed container? Is it having, sex or dating multiple people? Is it being with somebody if it's an affair? Like, just really tuning into what's the environment that helps me feel at ease. Because the more that we're able to, one, really understand why our heart shut down in the first place, two, befriend the shutdown, three, give ourselves permission to tune into what is it that helps us feel steady, at ease, relaxed. What is it that we deeply need or want? These are all ways that we're actually reinforcing ourselves and learning how to create an inner stability inside of ourselves by connecting with our needs and wants, giving ourselves permission to really tune into and speak into what we most need or want. What is the atmosphere that brings out our safe, loving, protected, where we feel at ease heart, not defended and shut down heart. And from treating ourselves and the ways that we are, we all have scars in one way or another. Nobody gets through life without it. So it's like, what are ways that we can treat our pain, treat our ways of protecting ourselves, but in the ways that we shut down and withdraw ourselves, treat ourselves with kindness and mercy. Hey, Eliza girl, then that there inherently allows us to truly open our heart from a place where we feel connected, where we feel grounded. It's not like we're walking around wearing our heart on our sleeves, vulnerable to every person that comes close, and then if they leave us, we interpret it as rejection. Instead, we take our heart and we move our heart into the center of our being and stay close to our heart. We get curious about our heart. We ask our heart what we need, and we really begin to turn towards ourselves as a friend and ally. So this is what I've discovered is the path to opening our hearts to receive a loving relationship. What's your path? I'd love to hear it. And I'm going to give you all a big heartfelt hug right now. Love to hear in the comments. All right, ciao.